Chapter 12 Confession of Love. Milim was done charging her attacks and looked at Rimiru. Dragon Buster! She fired it at Rimiru with tremendous speed and power. The attack was, in one word, massive. It was made up of multiple light beam energy that regenerated more power as they moved. Milim used a weaker version of this attack to one-shot a Demon Lord level monster. This time she puts more power into the attack to make it stronger, though she believes that Rimiru can counter the attack quite easily, which is why she was using it as a distraction to ready her counter move. Rimiru stood there as the attack impacted on him. The attack caused a tremendous explosion that shook the entire place. Even those outside the barrier were affected by the shock wave the generated from the attack. The demon lords were shaken from their seat from the explosion of the attack. This is insane. I knew Milim was a catastrophic monster, but this is another level. That attack would have definitely killed me if she ever shot it at me. If she shot it at me, seriously, I am glad not to be her opponent right now, Dino thought to himself, the worry written all over his face. Ramses looked very worried for Rimiru's safety. I hope Rimiru is okay. That attack was very powerful. It is thanks to Guy's barrier that we were able to withstand this attack with just the shockwave hitting him. Can Rimuru survive this? So this is the level of destruction a catastrophic being can generate. Even I would be worried if that attack was shot at me, Leon thought to himself while observing. Luminous had a surprised look on her face. To think that this is not even close to her full power is downright insane. Milim Nova? What a monster. Truly a catastrophic being. She really deserves the title Destroyer. Guy had an annoyed look on his face. That idiot always going overboard. Does she not even consider the attack people are here and could get hurt from that attack? Valazar laughed. To tell you the truth, Guy, I am more interested in seeing what that slime will do next. Oh, you think that attack will have no effect on them? Guy asked her. Well, it is better to see than for you to see, if you see, than telling me. You. It's well, it is better for you to see than me telling you, was her answer as she continued to watch the fight. As the explosion died down, the smoke cleared to reveal Reamer still staying in the exact same position as he was before the attack impacted. The whole every demon lord for Valzard had gone smack expression. Reamer took that powerful attack head on without a single scratch on him. This satisfied him that he is truly a catastrophic being. Remo looked at himself and couldn't find a single scratch on him. He smiled to himself at the moment Remo had multiple barriers around him at all times. And with his accession to Tread Dragon, the barriers all been to strengthen to become an absolute defense barrier. He wanted to test it against a catastrophic level attack, and this was a good time for him. He looked and saw Milim ready to come in with her sword raised to cut him. Rimo dropped his sword and left himself open for Milim to attack. Milim saw this and immediately stopped her sword inches from his face. She dropped down with cold eyes. Why did you drop your sword? Are you looking down on me, Rimuru? Rimuru shook his head. I just can't keep doing this. Fighting you, even if it is acting, is tearing me up inside. Milim slowly shook his head. Milim slowly lowered her sword and looked at Reamer with a shocked look. What do you mean? Reamer, instead of answering her, went up and hugged her gently, burying her face in his chest. I'm so glad that you are right, Milim. When I thought that Clayman might have been controlling you, it tore me apart. To see him slapping in front of me was one of the worst experiences of my life. Milim was speechless. Here she was hugging the man of her dreams, and he is hugging her back. She was so happy hearing that he was worried for her. It genuinely made her smile that someone, after all these years, genuinely cared for her well-being. She cannot explain the happiness she is feeling right now. Rimiru released her from the hug and looked at her in the eyes. I mean, for a long time, I have never had a girlfriend before. All of my life, trying to find someone to love me, to love, but it never worked out for me. I guess girls just don't find me attractive. I tried to find someone to date, but it never worked out. After I was reincarnated, I was suddenly surrounded by people who genuinely cared for me. My people all all love me. I love them all back, but not as much I love you, Milim. Remember, you don't have to, Milim tried to say, but Remember placed a finger on her lips. Please let me finish, Milim. She slowly nodded, and he removed his finger from her lips and continued. You mean the world to me. When we first met, I thought you were scary, but after spending time with you, I was really intrigued. You found everything you do fun, and you always had a smile. You always have this cheerful look on your face. I fell in love with that smile. Fell in love with that smile of yours. When you asked me if I am scared of what will happen if I lose my people, I did not understand what you meant at the moment, but I understood. But after I lost my people to follow me, I understood. You lost someone dear to you, and that is why you people at a distance. Keep people in a distance. You don't want to get attached to those attached of you don't want to get attached because of fear that you might one day lose them. You even kept me at a distance. No, you are wrong. I didn't mean to keep my feelings from you. Have never ever had this kind of feelings for anyone before, except for you. You changed my world, Rimuru. You showed me things in this world that I never knew existed. I started loving this world again thanks to you. I was just afraid that you might not like me the way I like you, and that frightened me. If you were to hate me, I'll have nothing left to live for. After losing you is one thing that frightened me the most. I felt that if I am closer to you, then people will start targeting you. I can't lose you to anyone because I truly love you, Rimuru Tempest, with all my heart. Milim her told him her whole feelings. Rimuru was shocked at first, then he smiled and gently smiled a gentle smile at Milim. I love you too, Milim Nava. I promised myself that I will never let you be hurt. I will promise you I never. I promise that I will never let you be alone ever again. All the pain you felt, the loneliness that you carry, the false smile you show to people in order to hide your pain from them, and the tears that you shed from your loved ones. I promise to carry it all in me and make you happy in a real, genuine, make you smile, real, genuine smile. Now until the end of time, I will make sure that you are happy as long as I breathe, because I love you. Milim was crying after hearing Reamer's true feelings for her. She was touched that he felt this way for her. Really, do you really mean it? I can be a handful, you know. I'm not that smart, nor am I that pretty. Nor am I that pretty. I don't even know how to cook. I will only be a burden to you. I'm a klutz who only knows how to fight. I'm nothing special. I am. Milim was doubting herself, but before she could continue, she felt a soft lips press onto her own. It seems that Milim silenced her with a kiss. Milim could not believe that she lost her first kiss to Rimiru. She was not upset, rather she was very happy about it. She closed her eyes and kissed him back with passion, and both of them stayed like that, enjoying each other's lips. Rimiru broke the kiss and looked at Milim, who still had her eyes closed. Milim, Rimuru called her. She slowly opened her eyes and looked at him with her beautiful eyes. Rimuru lost his breath for a moment before he continued. I don't care if you're not perfect. No one is. I just want to love and care for you as much as I can. Whether you are in trouble, rely on me. If you are confused, ask me and I will assist you. You don't have to care about your looks because to me you're always my diamond in these shining stars. Whatever you don't know, I'll teach it to you. Just promise that you will always on my be by my side. Milim could not stop the tears that were falling from her eyes. She stretched out her hand and brought Rumour's face for another kiss. She deepened the kiss in order to convey the love she had to him. Rimuru was surprised that Milim was the one who kissed him this time, but he did not stop the kiss. He kissed her back with passion. For a while, they just kept kissing each other. After some minutes, they both broke the kiss and looked each other in the eyes. Could you please wait for me for a moment? I still have to pay Clayman back for everything he has done to us. Rimuru whispered to her. Milim hugged him and whispered, I will be waiting for you. Rimuru released himself from her hug, and gave her one last peck before leaving to join Shinon and Ranga. Milim stood where she is watching Rimuru leave with a smile on her face. She was happy that the person she loved more than anything returned her feelings. She can't wait for him to come back. Rimuru saw that Shinon was clashing with Clayman with her sword, while Clayman was wearing a claw weapon made of iron in his hand. Shinon was dominating the fight with Clayman, trying everything he had to hurt Shinon. But she only swings her giant sword to cancel it. From what Rimiru could see, Clayman had multiple wounds all over his body, and Shinon looks a little dirty with multiple tears in her suit, but overall she looks okay. Looks like she has gotten tremendously stronger. Shinon, I will be taking over from here, Rimuru said as he walked to the barrier. Shinon looked at Rimuru and smiled. Lord Rimuru, I was just about to finish him up. Don't worry about it, I will take it from here, Rimuru said to her. Shinon nodded her head and stepped back to allow Rimuru to finish cleaning up. Rimuru stood in front while panting, stood in front of the panting Clayman, who had many serious wounds in his body. Let's finish this, Clayman. I will make you pay for everything you have done. Clayman saw Rimuru and began to plan his means of escape, but Rimuru's next words stopped him from even having those thoughts of escape. Just so you know, your plan was to transform your soul to another body after I kill you has been nullified. I made this barrier specifically with that power in mind. Trying everything you like, but it will fail. At the moment you made me an enemy, your fate had been sealed, Rimuru said, Dan with a calm tone while drawing his sword and releasing a small bit of his orb. At that moment, Clayman knew that he messed with the wrong being, and it was too late to take back everything that he had done. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe today to become one of my domestic listeners. Goodbye and peace out, everyone.